Hey squad, and welcome back to my channel. I'm back with you guys and I'm back with another video. This video was actually an idea from one of you guys. I have received a comment. I don't remember on which video exactly, but it was one of my past ones, of course. And I received this comment where this girl, I think her name was Nina, I'm not like entirely sure, but I think her name was Nina. And she said, hey, I would love to see a video where you explain and show us all of your brushes that you have and basically explain how do you use them and for what exactly do you use them. So I was like, yes girl, of course I'm gonna do this video, because why the hell not? I think this is a great idea, and a lot of you ask me, even my friends sometimes will ask me, why do you have so many brushes? There's no way that you need so many, and how can I learn to use all of them, and what exactly are they for? So today I'm gonna show you all of that and explain all the details that you need to know. But I'm gonna start off with something that's not really a brush, but it's a sponge. This is a sponge that I've talked about a gazillion times by now on my channel. This is a Real Techniques blending sponge. You can buy them as one or in a pack of two, and you can get them in every local drugstores. I get them at the DM drugstore, and they are super like absorbent. They're very soft, and they apply foundation like a dream. So this is definitely something that I recommend, and I just wanted to include it in this video because obviously it's something that you use to apply your makeup with. But skipping that brush, now I'm gonna explain you all the brushes that I have. I'm gonna start off with this brush. Okay, here we go with the dropping. It's this brush from Ebelin. Again, you can get this at the DM drugstore. That's where I got it from. And it's this flat Kabuki brush. It's very dense. It's very like tight, and it feels kind of like hard. There's a lot of bristles, and this brush, or any brush like this that looks like this, is very good to apply any cream products whatsoever. So I'm talking about, I don't know, cream contour, cream highlight, cream blush, whatever you have in cream. This is something that you could apply it with. And I also see a lot of girls use this brush to apply their liquid foundation. I personally don't do that. I apply my foundations with the sponge that I just showed you. But again, if you prefer using brushes, this is the brush that you could use also for your foundation as well, as long as it's liquid or anything cream. This is very good to apply it with. I used it today, for example, for my cream contour, and I just like buffed the contour shade in, and then I blend it out. I feel like it's very easy to use with cream products. So that's brush number one. And then we have brush number two, which is also from Ebelin, but looks something like this. The bristles are much more like spread. They're not as like tight together as the brush that I just showed you previously. This brush is very good to use with, if you don't like to use your hands when you apply your primer, you could apply your primer with this brush. And again, this brush can also be used for liquid foundations. So just make sure that you have to try it to see what works best for you, because there's people that hate sponges, and there's people that like only apply their foundations with brushes. So it really depends on you. So you really have to give it a try and then see. I've tried it, and I don't like to use it for a foundation. I prefer to use a sponge when I apply my foundation, but hey, to each their own, you know? So the next brush that I have is the brush that I use for my compact face powder. So anything that's in like a compact form, you could use this for, but it's very huge. Like you can see, it's very big. So I use this for my face powder, and that way I can distribute the product all over my face. And this brush is from e.l.f. and it says Professional Total Face Brush. So you could basically like use it to apply product all over your face. If you want to, you could also use this for your bronzer and apply the bronzer in the areas where it goes. So that's the brush number three. The next one that I have is this one from Y7. I, to be honest, don't know this brand as much. This brush is also very big, very fluffy, but it's kind of like squeezed on the sides, which makes it very good for applying bronzer or blush if you prefer. Because if you turn it this side, like flatwise or whatever I should name this position, it makes it very easy to apply your bronzers and your blush. So this is again a very fluffy, big, soft brush, very good for compact powder products. The next brush that I have is from Real Techniques. It looks like this. And on this brush, it says setting brush, but I personally don't use it for setting because I have dry skin, and a lot of the products that I use don't even need to be set because when I set stuff on my face, it just makes me dry out even more. But what I prefer to use this brush for is for highlight. I will just dip it into whatever highlighter I have, and I will just go on the tip of my cheekbones and just kind of like in circular motions distribute the highlighter. I also put it on my nose, and sometimes I'll put it like right underneath my brow. Sorry for my voice. I don't know what the hell's happening again. But yeah, that's the brush that I use for my highlight. And now when we're done with all the face brushes, we're gonna continue to the brushes that I use specifically for my eyes. The first two brushes that I'm gonna show you are exactly the same. These brushes are called blending brushes. As you can see, they're very fluffy, very big. They're quite similar to the face brushes that I showed you, but they're for your eyes. I use these brushes with any color that I start off with. So any color that I would use in my crease and I want to distribute it all over my lid, these are the brushes that you use it for. I have 2 or as many as I need, just because when I do a makeup look, I will use several colors, and it's kind of hard to do 2 or 3 colors with only one brush. So for example, if I'm doing 2 colors, I have each brush for its own color, and that way the blending just looks so much better. So again, if I just show you, I would use it like right here and just go all over the lid and blend whatever shade that I'm using. The next 2 eye brushes that I'm gonna show you are also big and fluffy, but they are quite similar to this brush that I showed you. Like I said, on the side, they are a little bit squeezed, as you can see on the side, which makes it more precise. It applies the product more precisely, which means that these are usually the brushes I use second. So when I'm done applying a color all over my lid and I want to be more specific with my look, let's say I will use this in the crease, for example, and it's still gonna blend with the other shade, but it's gonna give me a chance to apply the product much more precisely. So if I was to use it, I would use it in the crease like this, and just go in the crease, and then use the brush that I used before and blend it all together. So these are the second brushes that I have for my eyes. And now we're gonna go to more specific brushes for your eyes. I have these 2. They are much more smaller and not as fluffy. As you can see, this lower one is still a bit bigger from this one. And these brushes you use when you are already done blending and creating the main surface for your eye look, and you want to use a even more specific color in even more specific spot, if that makes any sense. This brush basically helps you to get even more inside your crease, but apply it in just like a specific part. So let's say if I use browns and I don't know, nudes, and I want to use a more orange red kind of color, and I want to apply it just here, that allows me just to apply it right there. And then I go again with the brush that I used previously and just blend it out with the other colors. Just remember that whatever brushes you use, whatever colors you use with your makeup, especially with your eyes, it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of practice, and it's very important that you don't give up, and it's important that you stick with blending. Blending is everything, so make sure that you take your time and blend each and every shade long enough, because that way it's gonna just look so much better and so much more sophisticated. The next 2 brushes that I have are also very specific. The first one that I'm gonna show you is this one. This is a flat, very small brush, and this brush is the one that I usually use for all my shimmers. All the shimmers that I have, and usually the shimmers I will apply only on my lid, and that allows me to pick up the product much more efficiently, and I will just place it right on my lid and kind of like place it down on my lid. And then what you want to do is go back with this brush that I showed you previously and blend the edges of the shimmer so that it kind of connects together again. So that would be, like I said, for your shimmers. And last but not least, I have this brush, which is again also very specific, And this brush could be used in several different ways, depends on what you need it for. Some people use this brush for their brows. They use it to shape their brows. If they use a brow gel or a brow pomade, you will dip this brush in the brow gel or pomade, whichever one you use. Okay, just lost a lash. That's lovely. Very lovely. Anyway, you dip it in your brow gel, brow pomade, whatever you have. You dip it in and make sure that you clean it up, like the excess, and you shape your eyebrows. Or you could use this maybe for your gel liner. If you use a gel liner that's not in a pen, but it's in like a container, you could use that for as well. Or what I like to use it for is when I do my eyebrows and I feel like they're kind of messy. I usually clean them up with this brush precisely, and I dip it in my concealer, whatever concealer or foundation that you have and you used before. I'll just dip like a little bit and clean off the excess again, and I will just like go underneath my brows like this and like clean it up. And again, you can like go from the upper side as well, and it basically allows you to clean up your brows very, very nicely and give it that more like, I don't know, precise look. I've said precise about a gazillion times today in this video. But anyway, this was a short video where I show you all my brushes and explain what I use them for. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below letting me know which brushes you use and how many do you have. And maybe let me know what kind of videos would you like to see in the future. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. I love you guys. Bye.